93 came crashing down over this horizon at this site in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. I'll update you on the planned memorial here and the controversy surrounding it.
Welcome to a special edition of Fennell Reports, on location in Shanksville, Pennsylvania.
Hello, I'm Art Fennell, reporting on location today from Shanksville, Pennsylvania, a tiny remote community in the western part of the state, about 80 miles or so from Pittsburgh. But by now, you know this place all too well, because it was here on this very site some 6 years ago on a morning in September that United Airlines flight number 93 came crashing down from just over that horizon and landed right here in this field. This is a very special place and solemn even now. Like the other 9/11 memorial sites, though, there's a huge memorial that's planned on this property, but there's a dispute over this land, and I have the property owner standing by to help me sort that all out. We'll get to that. I'll also take you into the town of Shanksville so you can hear from the people there about how a tragedy 6 years ago has changed their lives forever. There are memorials taking place all across the country on this, the anniversary of September 11th. Memorials taking place in New York, in Washington, and here in Shanksville as well. My CN8 colleague, Jill Horner, who's also on assignment here in Shanksville, covered the memorial here last night. And so let's start there. Jill?
Thanks so much, Art. You know, families have been gathering here in Shanksville as they have every September 11th since the 9/11 attacks. Last night was no different. Family members from all over the country gathered for a special memorial service. It was the official memorial service, and it was a chance for family members to thank community members who have really made a difference in honoring the memories of their loved ones.
Thomas E. Burnett, Jr.
Patricia Cushing.
William Joseph Cashman.
Alan Anthony Bevan.
The theme for the 6th anniversary service was the spirit of community. The evening was intended to not only serve as a tribute to those who lost their lives on Flight 93, but to also acknowledge local residents who have worked to honor the victims of 9/11 and have helped families in the healing process.
The families were really clear this year. They wanted to honor and celebrate the community, and we're 100% behind that because we feel just as strongly as they do.
It's maybe a small town with a huge, huge heart, and truly their labor of love has made the lives of those on United 93 be very precious and heroic and always remembered.
If there was a place that something so tragic had to occur, not to befall anything like that to any community, then this was the place. These are the people.
Family members and dignitaries filled the pews for a service of music, reading, and prayers.
Cause us to remember then not a day of tragedy, but one of heroism and resolve. Cause us to remember then not the collective loss of loved ones and friends, as much as move us to dearly embrace their memories and the ones yet with us that we can embrace.
We remember the many, many more who daily preserve this ground of holiness, who preserve and protect it and make it available for all the peoples of this world.
While the evening spotlight was focused on the community, local volunteers insist the real heroes were aboard Flight 93.
We certainly do this to honor the passengers and crew, and really the story is about them, and we're just a sidebar. We really are just this accidental piece of real estate where Flight 93 happened to crash, and I don't feel that we need any special honoring at all.
Well, that humble attitude is indicative of all of the people we met last night at this special memorial service. Now, when we talk to all of these people, especially the Flight 93 ambassadors, they are a core group of volunteers that work 365 days a year at this temporary memorial, telling the story of the passengers aboard Flight 93. They are really the ones sharing the messages with the people from all over the world who do visit this site here in rural Pennsylvania. Work is underway for a permanent, lasting memorial to the heroes of Flight 93. Now, the Park Service, which will oversee this permanent memorial, hopes for a ribbon cutting September 11th, 2011. That, of course, would be the 10th anniversary of the September 11th tragedy. I'm in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. I'm Jill Horner. Janet, over to you.
Certainly a town with a huge heart, and of course our hearts are with them. Thank you so much, Jill, for that. And as in Shanksville, 9/11 observances are being held around the country, of course, at the Pentagon and in New York City.
Please join us and all New Yorkers in a moment of silence.
Several moments of silence in Manhattan to honor the victims that lost their lives there, led by Mayor Michael Bloomberg. The ceremony continued with the ringing of church bells and the reading of the names of the fallen. But for the first time, the observance is not at the World Trade Center site. It was moved to a plaza nearby because of the ongoing construction at Ground Zero. Also today, the Pentagon community gathered there to mark this, the 6th anniversary of 9/11. Joint Chiefs of Staff General Peter Pace and Defense Secretary Robert Gates were on hand for the national anthem and later laid a wreath in remembrance. A flag was draped over the repaired section of the Pentagon building, as you can see there. And President Bush and First Lady Laura, along with Vice President Dick Cheney and his wife Lynn, observed the day during a moment of silence on the south lawn of the White House. And coming up in our Washington Insider, April Ryan will have more on the ceremony.